The convoy rolled out of Zlociu under cover of darkness. Their newest passenger, a girl named Marietta Grabowski, perched silently in the back of the trailing Humvee. Her weathered suitcase barely fit between crates of ammunition. The child gave these battle-hardened men something they'd lacked during their week of desperate survival, a mission beyond mere existence. Get her to her grandparents in Krakow. Their vehicles formed a ragged line. 2 Humvees with engines growling at low RPMs, the commandeered Marauder utility bringing up the rear. When they reached the checkpoint of the 5th Mechanized Infantry Division, armed guards emerged from behind concrete barriers, weapons at the ready. "Halt!" A young guard's voice cut through diesel fumes. "State your business." Chuck Schick leaned from the lead Humvee's window. "We're here to trade. Who's in charge here?" "That'll be Colonel Buckhauser III, the guard replied, emphasizing on the third, as if an in-house joke among his unit. More guards circled the vehicles. One checked underneath with a mirror on a pole. Another watched them closely. Connor McLean sat still in the passenger seat, hands visible on the dashboard. Standard procedure in occupied Poland. One wrong move meant bullets. "Clear," the man with the mirror said as he waved them through. The 5th Mechanized Infantry Division's compound sprawled across what used to be an old industrial complex. Razor wire crowned every wall. Machine gun nests dotted the corners. A burned-out T-72 rusted near the motor pool, a reminder of recent fighting. Colonel Randy Buckhauser waited outside the command post, tall, lean, with a fresh shave that defied the apocalypse. His uniform hung crisp, despite the humidity. "Gentlemen." He didn't salute. Nobody saluted anymore. Snipers love a target. "Where you come from and what you got?" "Originally Calais, we have a Marauder utility and some small arms to trade." Chuck climbed out, boots hitting gravel, all functional. Buckhauser's eyes swept over them. "Sergeant Rizzo handles procurement, Building 3. He turned to walk away but paused. "One thing, we're not desperate. Fair trades only. Don't fuck us, and we won't fuck you." Connor stepped down from the Humvee. His hand stayed near his sidearm. Old habits from Belfast. Building 3 smelled like gun oil and cigarettes. Sergeant Larry Rizzo sat behind a field desk, inventory sheets spread before him. Short, thick, with scarred hands that spoke of mechanic work. "Let's see what you got." Rizzo didn't look up. They led him outside. The Marauder utility squatted like a metal beast. Nothing special, just a standard 4-door utility. Rizzo ran his hands along the hull, checked the engine, tested the doors. "The transmission?" "No idea. We acquired it from Marauders near Zlociu," as he handed over the keys. "Let's just say they won't be needing it anymore." Rizzo grunted. "And the weapons?" Connor opened the Humvee's rear. Wooden crates held the AKMs, barrels gleaming with fresh oil. The PKMs lay wrapped in canvas. Soviet surplus, poor quality but reliable. In this war, reliability meant everything. 10 AKs and 2 PKMs. Chuck laid them out. "Ammunition is separate." Rizzo picked up an AK, worked the action. Smooth enough, all things considered. He sighted down the barrel, checked the stock and trigger guard. Not that it really mattered. "The utility has half a tank of petrol," he said as he set the rifle down. "The small arms, 85 for each AK, 150 per PKM. I'll give you 2950 small arms ammo for the lot, including the utility vehicle." "That's robbery." Connor's accent thickened. "The pickup and the PKMs are worth double that." "Not to me." Rizzo shrugged. "Take it or drive to the Russians, see what they offer." Chuck caught Connor's eye. They needed supplies more than these newly found weapons. "Okay, deal," Rizzo replied. "Good. The way it works around here, the more you trade, the better the price is. Simple as that. I'm not running a charity." Rizzo called for his men. They stripped the utility and stowed the weapons. Then they loaded the supplies onto the Humvees. A handful of MREs, some water, and a few RPG rounds the group purchased. A young soldier approached as they loaded the last item. Clean-shaven, nervous energy, U.S. Army patches, still regulation perfect. He waited until Rizzo left. "You heading to Krakow?" The soldier's drawl marked him as Southern. "Georgia." Maybe Alabama. Might be. Chuck kept working. Name's William Money. Tank driver, or I was, until my ride ate an ATGM a few weeks back. He shifted weight between his feet. I need to get to Krakow. Can I join you guys? Connor studied him. Why us? Nobody else is crazy enough to drive there. Roads are hot with Soviets and marauders. I can shoot. I'm a good driver and I won't slow you down. Sure, we could do with someone who knows their way around vehicles, Wolfguard said. Awesome, I've been here 2 years now. Don't let my age fool you. Money straightened. I may be 21, but I'm no kid. Get your gear, Wolfguard said. We leave in 10. Money jogged toward the barracks. The group finished loading, redistributing weight between the vehicles. Money returned with a rucksack and a Panzerfaust III slung over one shoulder. But oddly, no M4. He climbed into the rear of the second Humvee without being told. Smart. Passengers rode in the back until they proved themselves. Next to him was Marietta. She smiled as if to say he was the new one now, not her anymore. William smiled back, knowing exactly what she meant. The guards waved them through without inspection. Leaving was always easier than entering. The convoy rolled onto the cracked highway, morning sun burning through the mist. The road to Krakow lay ahead. The outskirts of Wylan appeared through the hazy midday heat. Burned houses lined the distance. No smoke. These fires had died months ago. Wolfguard raised his fist. Both Humvees stopped. Through the windshield, they came to 2 cars blocking the road. Again, like before, another IED. Surely not, he thought to himself. But suddenly 4 figures emerged from behind the car wrecks. US Army uniforms, but wrong. Too sloppy, too dirty. Weapons carried loose, unprofessional. These guys were malnourished, probably deserters. Americans! The lead deserter waved both hands. Thank Christ, Americans! Connor's hand found his rifle. Money shifted in the back seat. Nobody relaxed around deserters. The 4 approached slowly, gaunt faces, hollow eyes. The leader, a staff sergeant by his faded stripes, hadn't eaten well in weeks. His M16 hung from a frayed sling. Sergeant Paul Briggs. We were part of the 5th, but got lost. Briggs attempted a smile. Cracked lips bled. Gee, we're glad to see you. Just keeping our noses clean, heading to Krakow with a younger lady passenger. Chuck kept both hands on the steering wheel, visible but ready. Simply passing through. We've been stuck around here over a month now. Briggs gestured at his men. The 4 began to spread out, surrounding the vehicles. Tactical spacing. Our unit got hit, scattered. Been trying to reach friendly lines. One deserter limped closer to Connor's door. Another circled behind. Standard ambush positioning. Sorry to hear that. Chuck's voice stayed level. We need to keep moving. Wait. Briggs stepped forward. You got food? Medicine? My guys are hurting bad. The limping deserter stumbled. His rifle swung toward Connor's window. Not quite aimed, but close. Johnson, watch it, Briggs snapped. Too sharp. Rehearsed. Otto's breathing changed in the back seat. Controlled, ready. He'd noticed, too. Look, we're all friends here. Briggs spread his hands. Help us out. Just some MREs, maybe ammunition. Can't spare any. Chuck started the engine. Good luck. Briggs's smile died. That's not very patriotic. The deserter behind them worked his rifle's charging handle. The others tightened their circle. Then suddenly, 2 more appeared from behind a rocky outcrop. Weapons aimed at the convoy. Get out of the vehicles. Briggs dropped pretense. Nobody has to die. Except us, when you take our gear. Connor's accent cut cold. Seen this play before. Last chance. Briggs raised his M16. Out, now. Connor slammed the accelerator. The Humvee lurched forward. Briggs dove aside. Automatic fire erupted. Bullets sparked off armor. Glass spiderwebbed. Fuck. Another ambush, Wolfguard thought to himself, but this time by friendlies. Connor leapt from the vehicle to take cover behind the door. But the closest deserter was onto his move and let loose a long burst of automatic gunfire. Multiple rounds passed beneath the Humvee's door and into his lower legs. Connor screamed and collapsed. Blood sprayed across the side of the vehicle. Contact left! Gordon Richards yelled as he fired from the rear window. His M4 barked steady 3-round bursts. Chuck hid behind the second vehicle and took a sight picture. More bullets streamed in towards him. One caught the A-pillar, fragments spraying. Hot metal tore through Chuck's face. His left eye exploded in red mist. Fuck! Chuck partially blinded, left eye streaming tears of blood as it poured down his cheek. The second Humvee roared to life behind them. Its .50 caliber opened up. Heavy rounds chewed through the cars where two deserters hid, immediately killing both with savage ferocity. Their bodies almost exploded from the velocity and sheer power of the rounds tearing through them. Connor pulled his pistol left-handed. His legs wouldn't move. Severed tendons leaked blood into his boots. He fired while prone from under the door. His adversary's chest bloomed red as he dropped to the ground, spilling his weapon in the fall. Reverse! Reverse! Gordon shouted. Tim Harrison found reverse, stomped the gas. The Humvee slammed backward into Briggs. Bones snapped. Briggs rolled under the wheels, rifle firing wild while screaming in pain. Rounds punched through the floorboard between Otto's feet. Harvey kicked his door open, rolled out firing. His M16 tracked smooth. Two deserters rushing from the right folded. Center mass hits, both dropping dead in the roadway in pools of blood. The .50 cal thundered again. The last deserter disappeared in pink mist, tissue and bone that splattered across the vehicle's hood he was near. Silence. Brass casings rolled on asphalt. Clear? Richard swept his sector. Clear. The gunner from the second Humvee called down. Chuck found his composure. His hands shook. Blood ran into his collar. The missing eye felt like a hot coal in his skull. Connor groaned. His legs hung wrong, feet pointing outward. Fuck me, this isn't good. Harvey appeared at Connor's door. Jesus. He grabbed the first aid kit. Tendons damaged. Both legs, you're just about fucked. They dragged Connor onto the roadside. Harvey applied tourniquets above the wounds. Not arterial bleeding, but bad enough. Connor's jaw locked against the pain. Chuck stumbled from behind the vehicle. Harvey caught him. Let me see. As he tilted Chuck's head, the eye socket gaped raw, optical nerve dangling. Shit, critical, but you'll live. As he successfully applied first aid. They worked fast. Pressure bandages, antibiotics. Chuck's remaining eye focused with effort. The pain settled to a dull roar. Can you walk? Harvey asked Connor. Connor tried. His feet flopped, listless as he collapsed. That looks like a no. He laughed. Don't worry, we'll carry you. Wolfguard then looked at the bodies, but check those assholes first. The deserters carried little. Worn weapons, empty magazines, a few cans of food. Desperate men with nothing left but violence. This one's alive, Otto proclaimed as he stood over Briggs. Crushed legs, but breathing. Briggs coughed blood. Just wanted food. Should have asked nicer, as Otto put a round through his head. They loaded the salvageable weapons. 6 M16s, assorted pistols, whatever ammunition remained. Every bullet counted now. I'll drive. Money took the keys. We need shelter. Camp. Let you two heal. They found an intact farmhouse nearby. Stone walls, good sight lines. The group carried Connor inside, set up a defensive position around them both. Night fell. They took shifts watching. Chuck sat propped against a wall, rifle across his lap. The empty socket throbbed with each heartbeat. -2 to recon and ranged combat, the field manual would say. Permanent disability in medical terms. Connor lay on a salvaged mattress. His legs splintered, elevated. 8 days with a -2 to mobility, if infection didn't take them first. Wolfguard heated MREs over a portable stove. Eat, both of you. Healing takes calories. They ate in silence. Outside, they could hear wild dogs fighting over the deserters' bodies up the road. Tomorrow they'd move. Slow, careful, wounded, but alive. The price of survival in Poland. Paid in blood, eyes and tendons, but always paid in full. To be continued.